Hey guys, before we start the show, I want to let you know that we set up a Patreon to give you more ways to support what we do here at Ballin' and VA. There are different tiers available, and anything that you can contribute goes a long way. Thank you for your support and enjoy the show. Welcome to another episode of Ballin' and VA. Man, we just keep bringing it to Joe and Pride of Northside. We got another one of the great guards that came out of 2013. Man, he played at John Marshall. What you average, man? About 20-some points a game?
About my senior year, probably 18, 20 points.
Okay, well, I was close.
I was averaging like 23, 24 points until we
Okay.
got to him right.
See, I was close. But he's doing some big things in the community, man. You know, Barton Heights. You know, he got his AAU team, Zero Excuses.
Right.
And what I want to do, everybody, I want to recognize this young man. Like I said, me and him I thought it was going to be a 5-minute conversation, ended up being about an hour that day.
Definitely.
And I want everybody to give it up for my man, Mr. G. Dean.
Yes, sir.
What's happening, G?
Not much cooling, man. It's an honor to be on here, man.
Man, I appreciate you, man. I got all the John Marshall greats, man. It's like, you know, every time I turn around, I think it's going to be stopping. I got to go another one. Got another one.
Right.
And it's just like, man, but, you know, I'm going to look out for my hometown, Northside, Highland Park, Barton Heights,
Definitely.
everything, man. So what's been going on with you, bro?
Nothing really. Just heavy with my AAU team. I enjoy like the growth as a person with me, but also enjoy the growth of being on the other side of the basketball world, to being the head coach of my AAU team. You know, I think taking the game serious was always just in my blood. But as I got to high school, on the high school level, of playing under Coach Tartrell White, but Coach White under Coach Black, Coach Black knowledge for the game was just so crazy, and I never had nobody work me out until like I met Coach Rudy. Of course, like Mom and Pops played with me in the backcourt, or on the backyard, or I'm outside down Forden playing, or you know, going up to Powhatan, Dad just taking me to hoop. But like Coach Rudy was definitely a big part of my journey of working out, and then therefore on, I went to JUCO, went to Virginia Union, met a wise coach, Coach Lukeman. I learned a lot from him, but I didn't honestly soak in the game until it was all late.
Right, the
So,
maturity level kicking in.
Yeah, so I definitely, as I got older, like my IQ for the game is just like, it's impeccable. Like, you know, because when I'm watching basketball now, I'm not just watching my favorite player. I'm watching the sets being run. I'm watching Kobe Bryant footwork. You know, I look at old NBA. So, like, I definitely say I'm a student of the game, but I say all that to say, like, Coach Black, definitely Coach CT when I played for him, and Coach Rudy, like, they really gave me that love for the game. Like, I always had the love for the game, but shout out to them.
Man, shout out to all those guys, man. Those are team-loaded guys.
Definitely.
Ty White, Coach Black, Rudy.
Definitely.
And CT, John Marshall, one of the finest, and he was on here earlier in June, man, you know, so I know you saw that episode.
Yeah, no question.
You know, so you got some great guys there, man, great organization, you know, with Team Loaded and doing those things, man. So
Definitely.
I saw you balling in that summer league, man, and the things that you saying, that IQ, man, the way you was dropping off them passes, man, crafty getting them shots, man. So I know it had to come from somewhere, man. So
Definitely.
let's go back down memory lane and then start it up, man, and just tell us what's been going on and where did everything start.
I honestly, you know, my father, Gerard, you know, he's from Jackson Ward. People used to tell me my dad was nice, but also my father, Kareem, you know, people don't know that's my stepfather, but I call him my real dad because, you know, he came in and did his job as a man. So when you watch this, Dad's all love to you. But starting down Woodcroft, Geneseo Road, I think I lived in like 1508, 1504.
Okay.
had a basketball court always, and it was one of them basketball courts you had to put on your shoulder and drag it to the parking lot.
Oh, wow.
And I'd be out there all day, you know, and I ain't gonna sit here and act like I was one of them dudes that hopped off the porch. Mom didn't really let me go far. So, you know, I had to ask, like, Mom, can I go this place? And Mom, I couldn't just go, but played right there all day. Then some days we'll just take the cut and walk up to not Bill Robinson, Montrose, right up there. So my stomach grounds was Church here and Forden.
Okay.
I played all day from sun up to sundown. Like, then my sister came along, Paris, and
Paris McBride,
right,
Highland Springs.
Right. I didn't want a little brother, honestly.
Shout out to Paris.
So me having my little sister, I knew I had eyes watching, so now I became a coach.
Okay.
So, like, to her, so I'm working out with her, and it's going down memory lane. I think we probably moved when I was 13, because I was going to middle school, moved to Verona. And sister getting older now. I remember I used to shoot the ball and have her doing rebound drill. She don't know I was playing her, though, just to get my shots up. But, you know, Mac Yaki, I've been knew Yaki, but...
That's Yaki Johnson.
Yes, sir. Brother, that's a brother of mine.
Shout out to Yaki, man.
Definitely. Like, he definitely was a part of my toughness. We went to Iran together, and honestly, our JV team, we used to beat our varsity at practice.
And this is football, it's basketball.
No, basketball.
And I'm looking at Yaki as a football player. I can't imagine him playing basketball until I see him now.
He was just an athlete.
Right.
So, you know, me, Yaki, B5 that went to Henrico. We had Walton, Brandon Wood. We just had, I would say we was Henrico, where Henrico was on their varsity. We was them on the JV. And honestly, if we would have kept that squad together, like, it would have been something special. But, you know, guys just felt like that system wasn't, like, going to varsity, that system wasn't right.
Right.
I was playing with Team Loaded at the time. People don't know I went to Trinity.
Yeah, when you told me that, I'm like, you went to Trinity Episcopal?
Yeah, and you know what? I honestly wish I would have stayed at Verona. Like, to finish off with some of the guys that I knew.
Okay.
But it was just like me I wanted it right now. And like, I guess the attitude wasn't always there.
Okay.
So I just wanted, I ain't want to hear what no coach had to say, because I knew I was that guy. You know, like that's how I felt. So honestly, I played JV there, and I felt like I should have played varsity. And I'm like, what is it? Why I'm not on varsity? And I guess politics kick in, or maybe they don't. Maybe some coaches didn't see the fit, but I found my home at John Marshall. And over my junior year, I struggled. Not so bad. You
and
know,
Ty White was there at this time.
Yeah, Ty White was there. And that's where I learned a lot from Coach Black. Just was teaching me how to be a point guard. Like, I wanted to score. You know, you in high school, you want to hear your name on the intercom.
Right.
You know, I'm like, they ain't gonna call out assists on the intercom. So, but I had two hell of a scores, Willie and Tutu. So
yeah, we had Willie and Tutu on the show, man.
Right. So they was calling me Rondo at the time. You know, I didn't shoot the ball so well, so my getting to the rack game or passing game was crazy. But then that summer came after we lost to Henrico to regionals.
Okay.
And you know, I heard Willie was like, not to put it all on G Dean, but you can't, because we wasn't a family. That's the reason why we didn't win.
Okay.
That's the core I tell you about the Henrico guys. Them dudes was family. Like, Tim can look Jordan in the eyes as he coming up, and Tim already knew.
He already knew what he was gonna do.
You. And it was crazy. Like, I'm like, yo, and I didn't want to admit it, but I'm like, bro, these dudes, bro, we got Marshall Lee, Big Will, Willie, Tutu. Like, Willie was one of the, I'm not gonna say I looked up to him.
It's Willie Mangle.
But I admired his game.
Okay.
You know, like, the man got an NBA size frame body.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And
because he looks small on the court, but when you stand beside him, Willie is big, man.
He shoots the ball exceptionally well. Tutu, he's right-handed, but he's scoring with his left hand. And I'm like, wow. So as we lost regionals, This time we was living with my grandma.
Who did y'all lose to?
Henrico.
Henrico.
Lost
Okay.
Henrico. So we didn't make it to States.
Oh, okay.
So me and my homeboy, we outside shooting on the basketball court outside. And I looked at him, I said, bro, I'm gonna make it to States. This on my son, I said, I'm gonna make it to States. I said, I ain't saying I'm gonna win, but I'm gonna make it back.
Okay.
Cause just that feeling of playing in it, we used to call it the seed. Or like I remember we used to get on Twitter, like we gotta get in the lab. So that summer I was with Coach Rudy all summer. Played AAU with Cody Martin, Caleb Martin.
Yeah, I remember them boys.
Jalen Hudson, Jonathan. I was a starting point guard on that squad.
Wow.
So, like that summer,
Like they was in Nevada or something like that.
That summer, and then I went up to Jersey for that whole, like after basketball was over, I was back and forth to Jersey. So when I came back, it was up. It was up with anybody stepped in front of me.
Okay.
And them Hollis Springs guys know. You know, it ain't no disrespect. Like we lost the Hollis Springs in the benefit game.
Okay.
I had like 26. Kurt had like 30.
Oh, Kurt Jones.
Yeah, Kurt Jones.
Okay, shout out to Kurt.
And me and him went at it. Me and Kurt went at it in Trinity too. Like I beat him one time at Trinity. He beat me at Collegiate. But them guys know, like CJ Wiggs, when it counted, never beat me. Never beat me. Even when we played Benedictine with Robert Johnson, Nick Capola,
Right.
they beat us by 3 points. You know,
Okay.
I missed the buzzer beat at the end. But just us sticking right there, that's when John Marshall started to turn that page.
Right.
On like being a family. But, you know, like you said, you seen me in Love Day. Like, you know, I seen all them guys, CJ and Kurt, Tutu, all them guys on here, like, just talking about, like, the great, like, dudes that was like that in Richmond. I'm like,
yeah, let's get into that. Let's get into that. What's going on with that, man? Like, did you feel like you was kind of like disrespected because?
I mean, I wouldn't say disrespected. Maybe forgotten.
Oh, okay. That's a good
like,
word. That's a good word.
It's like, how could you forget, like, or how could you forget my mob? Like, only person that beat me in high school was Jimmy Marshall that played at Freeman.
Okay. I heard a lot about him, but I didn't see him play.
And we clapped them when it counted.
Okay.
Them Henrico guys. Them Henrico guys was some different, and it's a respect thing for them. Like they was a family, but I wouldn't say like I feel disrespected, but it was like when you talk about like some of the top dudes in Richmond, like I feel like it ain't no cocky. I'm confident. I feel like my name should have been mentioned. We had a good, strong backcourt. Me and Kwame Burton, a dog. Like Kwame Burton is a dog. I would take him over any
Shout
day.
out to
He
him,
don't even
man.
have to be in shape. I'm taking him because he's gonna bring that leadership. He gonna bring that family. He gonna bring it. He don't care if he have 4 points. You know, like it's been games when I've been forcing it. He looked me in my eyes like, bro, I'm gonna get you your average. Just calm down. And I'm like, dang, somebody that unselfish. But that's the reason why Love Day, like, when Love Day, I said, you know, I was like, y'all must have forgot. Looking at this
Man,
thing, like, y'all
you
must
came
have
out
forgot.
that, man, like you had a point to prove, bro.
No question.
Like, I saw you, I was like, man, I said.
And we talked before that.
Yeah, we did. We talked that day.
Right.
And you was like, man, no, I didn't like what I heard. He said, I just felt like, you know, like, how they gonna forget me, man? And I, like I said, I'm glad that you corrected that, like, not disrespected, but
Right.
like they forgot me. And I was like, okay.
Right,
He's like,
right.
he said, I'm gonna go at him today.
Right, because
I'm gonna go at him.
because CJ, like, I don't even know if we like the same age. You know, I don't know if we graduated.
What? Yeah, he came out like
14.
15 maybe.
Okay, so yeah, so that's a little bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
all respect. But you know, when we was in the gym with Coach Rudy, and Coach Rudy had them keys to John Marshall. Man, CJ know. I used to beat up on him.
Shout out
And
to
don't get me
CJ, man.
wrong. I'm talking about he's a hell of a player. And like handle game is crazy.
Oh yeah, CJ a dog.
See, he's another one that supposed to win the Verona. Verona would have really been that team.
Okay.
You know, like, but
Who was coaching over there?
our head coach for varsity was Coach McKee.
Okay.
And the reason why it would have never worked, because he had a talented mob that can go ISO, or Kentucky, John Wall, Eric Bledsoe when they was there.
Right.
He wanted to run it like Freeman, deep run. And it was like,
that's not gonna work.
yeah, and that's, Ty Hill Little was there. Like,
Yeah, I remember
that's a
Ty
guard I respect. Also, I said, when I talked to you, they talked about Frank, and Frank is a hell of a player. He accomplished everything that we wanted to do. But in my backyard, the guys that I looked up to or admired they was right there with me. Willie, Tutu. You had, I love Jarvis. Like,
man, he gets left off a lot.
And you know what? It's so crazy now that, like I told you, like, as I started studying the game, I watched his game, and he brought me some Kobe similarities. Like, he used to love to do the back tap.
Right.
Footwork is crazy. Like, and that's just me studying the game. Like, his footwork is crazy. Like, and it's just like people game like Lil Malik. I love his game.
Malik
like,
Johnson.
He remind me of a more skilled Pat Beverly, because when he pick you up full court, you cannot play with that ball.
You cannot.
You gotta put your hip on him, man. That's just you young and not knowing your players. You gotta learn the game. It ain't about, I gotta break them down. This is getting the job done, and that's what Coach Black used to tell me all the time. Like, get the job done. Cheat in, get the job done. And as I got older, I figured out what he was talking about. Like, just get the job done. No matter how you score a bucket, no matter how that layup is or how that dunk is, it's still worth 2 points. No matter how far that three is,
that's
it's still
true.
Worth 3 points.
That is true.
So
a lot of people always, like the kid that's come on the show, everybody talks about Coach Black. And like I said, I've, met him a couple of times, but I don't know him personally. Just being in the groups of people, man. But I didn't know that he had that much impact on you guys, man.
A lot of people ain't gonna say like people name, like just throw it out there, but like a lot of people say, if he wasn't at John Marshall, could he still do it?
Right.
But you gotta think about this. I honestly think he can do it no matter where you put him at. And the reason why I say this, he coached with Petersburg Elite before they was team loaded.
That is true.
And even though he had Frank Mason, they still was winning. But what about no guard that came through team loaded now is Frank Mason. Them guys was number 1 on the Garnet in the Adidas circuit.
Mm-hmm.
And number 2. I just called Coach Black the other day. Like, I don't even leave voicemails. I left him a voicemail trying to figure out, like, this press break we used to run in high school.
Okay.
I know it was called, like, 4 high, 4 stack, but it wasn't no stopping it. Like, it was like a 3-man weave. We was getting the layup out of there. So, like, his knowledge, like, I take a lot from his book with coaching my AAU team, like, whether he knows it or not, and it ain't no disrespect to Coach White. Like, Coach White can coach, but I say Coach White is a motivational speaker.
Okay.
He give us that, you a dog. Nobody ain't waking up 6 o'clock in the morning like you.
Right.
And I took a page from his book.
Okay.
I took a page from Coach Black book.
Okay.
I took a page from Coach Rudy book.
Mm-hmm.
I took a page from Lukeman book. Everybody that gave me a piece of their roses, I took it and built my own garden. So,
man, that is dude. And know what? I'm gonna tell you, man. When you called me, and like I said, I'm just meeting you, but that phone call, I didn't expect to go that long.
Right.
But what made me say, man, I gotta have this brother on is because you held yourself accountable for a lot of things.
No question.
And
that's being a man.
Right.
You see what the name of the program is.
Like zero excuses.
Right.
And for me, that's a lot because in this day and age, and we're a lot of prideful men, especially when it comes to certain things, especially things that we're passionate about. But you said it, and you was like, no, man, they were trying to tell me back then, with Tutu and them was trying to show me that, I'm handling the ball, but those guys, I got a wingman, I got 2 wingmans on each side of me. And he was just like, man, but I didn't get it. I didn't get it. And
it was honestly, back then, like me watching basketball, like I started to accept that I was wrong though. That all right, G, you don't shoot the ball so well. So I started to look at a lot of Rondo, you know.
That's not a bad thing.
And right. And I realized like, damn, this guy had Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, KG.
Yeah, dude, just drive the car, don't wreck it.
And it's just about like knowing your role. Like, you know, Coach White used to give us this example of saying, one night, somebody gonna be the steak, somebody gonna be the fork, somebody gonna be the cup, somebody gonna be the straw. But we all gonna eat. And I realized my senior year was that year. Like, y'all forgot because my freshman and sophomore year over at Verona, I did my thing. You know, so me coming over to John Marshall was new. And I felt like I had a lot of high expectations on me. I played with Team Loaded. I was from the East End. You know, I supposed to went to Armstrong. So it was like, man, I made the wrong decision, but I'm glad I did choose the Marshall. Other than me wanting to stay at Verona, I'm glad I did choose the Marshall because that's John Marshall, elite program.
Man, it's Keetwan always said, and I always say this, I talked to him the other day, as he say, it's the Mecca.
Right.
If you can make it in John Marshall with all the great players that came through that program from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, if you can make it,
Definitely.
you made it.
And see, it was like hearing about John Marshall, like living in the East End, like, Mom, can I go to John Marshall?
Right.
Please, Mom, can I go to John Marshall? And then just, you know, we used to be on this thing called Bebo back in the day. So Tay Payne, he was a shooter at John Marshall. They used to be on there rapping. And I played for Barton Heights.
Okay.
So Barton Heights,
Shout out to Barton Heights too, man.
Yeah, big shout outs to Coach Squeak.
Hey, Squeaky, man.
You know, like Coach George, because they did a lot, like some of the dudes I see today, like I feel like they definitely owe some roses to them guys because we wouldn't made it to see 28 or 27.
Squeaky 26. Been doing it for a long time,
right?
Man.
So you had guys from Mosby, Jackson Wood, Wookham, Southside, everywhere in that gym, Forden, Highland Park, all in that gym. That's where I first met Willie at. You know, honestly, that's where I first met Pip at, Long Live Pip. You know,
yeah,
so
rest in peace, man.
You know, meeting them, and then everybody said we looked alike, so I'm like, yeah, that's my brother, point blank period. And they was just so cool. So it was like they was cool and they could hoop and they went to John Marshall. So I'm like, I want to go to John Marshall.
Right.
And then Trey 3, that was like honestly one of the first actual friends I really lost. And now I wasn't going to John Marshall. I was in middle school at the time. So when I got to John Marshall, like, and I got to wear that number 3, it was like,
that's right, yeah, because he was there with Travis and, and Randall and all of those guys.
Right.
Yeah, and I remember that, man.
So I had a good AAU career, I would say. Like I played with Squires when Squires was that team. Mm-hmm. Then I wound up going to Team Loaded. So
who did you play for at Squires? Who was the coach then?
Coach Twan, the one that caught that little case. But that's here and there.
You're right.
But I played with them. I had a lot of like Danville guys on my team.
Okay.
And they was good. Like Gerard went to Detroit. Trey, I think he played football. His dad was in the NFL. Ahmad, my friend Mo, he was like from Stanford. Matter of fact, was one of the Stiff brothers one with me. He was on Team Loaded with me. Okay. But that's when I started to really see, like, that's when I became cool with Akil Carr. I met him when we played against Team Mello and we went at it. So as I transferred over to Loaded, we was Under Armour at the time. Okay. So like I had a good AAU, and then shout out to Coach Carter, assist student athletes. Like I got my SATs late, so my time was running, and I remember Texas A&M was my first offer. Mm-hmm. Didn't take that. I think it was a scarce of me leaving to go out of school, go out of town.
Why is that though? A lot of players deal with that.
I think honestly at the time I didn't want to be away. I started feeling myself. Okay. Started getting girls. And just like, bro, I want to stay somewhere close.
Right.
I really wanted to go up north because I knew my grandma was in New Jersey. So, you know, I'm not gonna act like I wasn't a fortunate kid. Like I ain't had no silver spoon, but you know, mom and dad they tried to give me what I asked for. So I'm like, man, I ain't trying to go that far because he tried to send me to a JUCO, New Mexico College. They was one of the top JUCOs at the time. They're the coach that was there is at TCU now.
Okay.
So like if I can go back, I definitely would tweak some things.
Okay.
But like, shoot, I'm here. Like I got an AAU team. I got a handsome son. So it's like, I'm good, man, because now I know what it takes. And now I'm happy because all the training that me and my sister never really had a trainer, like other than her might going out to work with Coach Rudy, but I'll put in that work with her. So it's like, that's my first protege. Like, you know, so I know like, I don't gotta have a camera all in their face showing our work. I was like,
right, like they do
I really
now.
put that work in with her. So like from even her playing flag football to us just playing around outside to Mr. Harris letting us into the Boys and Girls Club for an hour, 30 minutes to get it in. Like I really put that work in with her. So, you know, she on her own now. So
Yeah, how she been doing, man? Because like
she transferred. She transferred from Central. She's at Moorhead in Kentucky.
Okay.
D1. So, you know, I can't wait to see what it bring. I think she's happy.
Okay.
She's happy where she at. And that's the main thing. And while we talking about that for your athletes, it ain't about where you're playing at or where you going or just because they high made you. Go where you gonna play at, because one thing I did realize, if you nice, the agents are going, the overseas is going to hit you, the NBA going to hit you, the G League going to hit you. The point is to get paid for it. Of course, everybody want to go to the NBA, but once you start getting paid to do what you love, you made it, you know?
Man, I appreciate you saying that because a lot of people don't understand that.
Right.
And, you know, about you being, you know, in that grind, you know, a lot of kids, they just think that, okay, well, if I get here, and if there's big schools, I'm going to go there first. Or
right.
Instead of trying to, you know, sit down and weigh your options and talk to some of these other guys that have been through the process. But, you know, that's a whole different story, man. But I want to ask you a question while we on this. And I saw somebody brought it to my attention this week.
What's up?
Yeah, sis. What's going on with him, man? Because I'm just be honest with you, man. You know, I hear so many mixed messages, things about him, because I never had to use him for anything. But I hear that he's picking up and moving, going to Charlotte.
I think, and
he said that
it's
we won't showing him no love.
I think it's 50-50 with him.
Okay,
but also like Joel Embiid said it best, like, trust the process. Honestly, I can say kids are not hungry as like my group or the group before me was. Like,
okay.
Honestly, I remember going to my first assist, like opening run or his camps, jam packed.
Okay.
Like, and I knew it was some serious because I seen him in Henrico dudes in there.
Okay.
Tim Jordan, maybe Marvin. Seen a lot of people even from before me, like Chuck, rest in peace to Chuck. Like, seen them guys in there balling, and you know we had on the top 48 camp shirts
and stuff like that. Yeah.
So I think like it's just the frustration now. Like, a lot of people look at it like this. Like, now we're coming from the business side, so and I'm a hustler, so you know.
Indeed.
A lot of people look at it like when you having an event, and we're in a recession right now.
Exactly.
So when you're having an event, they want to know why it's $25 at the door. And
yeah, everything.
People don't know that the gym might cost you $800 to get, and that's not even for long, because
break it down.
He run a business. He running something more than me. I might just have one game.
Okay.
So he might be all day. So his gym time might be cost like 12 something.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to pay the security.
Mm-hmm.
$40 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Food, you know, which that's gonna make your money back. Let me see. Oh, referees.
Oh.
So now he getting more refs than me. So every ref probably wants $60 a game. So
right.
Now if you got 1, 2, 3, 4, got 4 roughs, you breaking them 120 each game.
Mm-hmm.
So now then you got to pay your workers because, you know, you can't run a show by yourself no matter what you think. You know, like I got my food truck. I can't run that thing by myself.
Right.
You know, big shout out to Naya for helping me with that. Cause like I cannot run that by myself. Without my parents or like my family, I will be lost. But back to the business side of the like the gym to his program, like so it's $25 at the door. You might have some people complaining or might want discounts, and you know it's on social media all the time. Nobody ever asked Gucci or Dior or anything for discounts. So why ask your brother or your sister for that discount? Like pay that man that money because actually what he's doing, and I'm not gonna say act like he. From my knowledge, I don't know nobody that he got into a high major D1. I know some low majors, mid majors, but I lie to you not. When it's crunch time, his phone be blowing up with dudes that realize they not going D1 or don't have no offers calling his phone. And you know why I'm telling you this? Because I was in that position.
Okay. And that's what I want to know.
Yeah, I was calling his phone, Coach, I need a school. Call him, Coach, put me out, go in it. Because now you're getting desperate. Because all you know is basketball. You don't want to get no 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? So now all you know is basketball. And his phone be jumping off the hinges. So I can understand, feel his frustration. But then again, I feel like he should sit back and just play Picasso a little bit more, paint the picture a little bit more. Because like the kids are not hungry for it.
Right.
Most kids want to be on. I didn't have a whole bunch. I had one highlight tape. Like you had to be that dude right. to have a highlight. Right. You know, like, but now you got people that's not even that dude and they want highlights. Or that's all you see is highlights. Right. And the camera fool you. But I'm a coach, so I see like a highlight can make anybody look good. Shit, Kevin Hart played in the AllStar Game, then the game played with, I mean, you know, in the little celebrity game. Right. He got a whole highlight tape.
They sure do.
So, you know, like the kids are not, back to what I was saying, the kids are not hungry, so the gyms are not jam-packed. So, like, you know, he feel like he losing with that expert, with that coming in to like, all right, I'm going to pack it up and go to another town. But you just like, he don't even got to pack it up. You start reaching out to other people from different areas. That's just like with my AllStar Game, you know, it's either, in the business, they even going to say yes or no. Right. You know, and even if they say yes, they still might don't come.
That's true.
You know, but you still got to put your all into it. You know, like that's like my AllStar Game, the first one I had. It wasn't packed, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, because I got there late and I was like, man, I was trying to support you, man. And I just,
definitely.
I said, I got there, everybody was rolling out.
Definitely. But I enjoyed it, you know, and I learned from, all right, I got to do this. I got to do that next year. I got to do this. I'm going to do this a little better. I got to tighten up with this. You know, and next year I'm thinking about, like, making it a community event. Like, because I planned that in 1 month. So, if I would have been able to put that thing together for 4 months, right, with flyers on people's cars, posts, you gotta love that hustle. You gotta love that grind. It isn't anything you do, like, and I think that's what basketball gave me, the discipline on the outside of the court. Okay. You know, like, shout out to Coach E, coached me for Team Loaded. Like, you know, dude used to always tell us, like, lead tips and stuff when we was in restaurants. I used to be like, my mom sent me $50. I ain't leaving no tip. Right. But you didn't understand that until you get older, or like, and I do it with my AAU team, like, for instance, if some girls walking behind us, none of my young men better not walk through that door first. Right. That door better be open. You know, and it just teaching them things, and they might don't realize that now. And that's just like, for instance, we do car washes. I let them wash the cars because now on that Saturday morning, you might be, say if you're struggling or you might don't feel like getting up to go take your car to a car wash. You like, man, I got water, I got soap, I got a vacuum. Coach G showed me all this. I'm gonna get it in right here. You know, and that's the joy I got of just teaching the kids other something than basketball. It's like they my little brothers. You know, like don't like to call me their father. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You, when you not with your parents, you mines. No, they mines, but they my little bros, and I'm gonna teach them right. You know, I'm not perfect. You know, like I'm gonna try to have my pants up around. Well, I am gonna have my pants up around them, or try to watch what I say, or you know how I might talk to a girl, and that's just it. Because I'm a point guard. I'm a leader, so you gotta be a leader. And my guards run the team. You know, that's what Coach Black used to tell us. My guards run the team, and I tell them that. It's zero excuses when we out there, straight like that. So that's all, you know. But I don't think Coach Carter gonna pack up and leave though.
Okay. And man, I love the way that you break that down, and I appreciate you doing that, because I have had nobody ever to break it down, his program, the way that you did. I don't even think that he's even done that.
Right.
You know.
Honestly, he really got a great platform. I think he got him and his mom is running that.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And his mom is a older woman. I ain't gonna say like she older till she out that door, but Mom Deuce is helping to run that program. Okay. And honestly, the program is actually getting kids in school. Then it might don't be Dukes in Kentucky or schools you heard about, but see, people don't get him his roses. Like when you commit to a JUCO and you wind up going D1, remember who got you in that JUCO for you to go D1.
Okay. You
know, like, man, dude been leading me so much, man. He didn't put me on the phone with Baltimore College to try to get down there and be assistants, but the money wasn't adding up. I'm like, nah, I'm not about to pack it up and leave, you know, because like I don't like to toot my own horn, but like I really can coach, you know. So his program is really something big, like for Richmond. Like, you know, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me here, when the Ben Wallace thing was going on, do you remember college players playing in it? That was in college. Well, I think it was a couple college dudes playing in Ben Wallace program.
Okay.
I think Coach Carter, if I'm not mistaken, was the one who helped them get it sanctioned. College sanctioned. You know, so that's big. And see, a lot of people wouldn't talk about that or give him the roses that he need. Like, dude also build a funding way for kids. Like, he got a nonprofit.
Okay.
So now, I ain't gonna lie, I was part of it. Okay. I was one of them kids waking up Friday, Saturday, or after school, or in summertime, Friday, Saturday, me, my sister, my cousin Lil J, we're going to stand in front of Sam Club, we're going to stand in front of Lowe's.
Yeah, that's what I used to see. Yeah, Kroger.
So, and then we're breaking down the assist program, asking for funding. Say if we make some good money, even if we don't make good money, he's splitting money with us. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that also showed you the business side of things, and people don't see business side of things. Like, the dude got an office. He gives stuff to Goodwill. And I ain't just saying this because this is my man, because I don't kick it with him on the daily. Like, you know, but he's a good dude, and like he's really trying to put, like, he's doing what I'm trying to do, or I'm doing what he's trying to do. I'm trying to shine some light on Richmond, because me and you talk, Virginia basketball is way behind. Like,
yes,
when you ride past the basketball courts, you're not gonna see no kids out there. When you up north in New Jersey, I lie to you not. This is where I met the filet dude at, Jesse Jones. A lot of you not. Swear on my father. 6 o'clock in the morning, my friend TJ and Rich was knocking on my window. I lived downstairs at my grandma's house.
Okay.
We about to go to the court. As I hit that corner, you heard basketballs bounce.
Right, you don't see that no more, man.
Dog, a lot of you not, like, it's no, up there you got Rutgers, that's up north, you got Rutgers Park, you got Branchbrook down north, you know, so like, big shout out to, like I said, to my stepfather, I like to call him my real pops, Moo, because I seen what basketball in that Jersey life was, yo. I was right around the corner.
Okay.
I remember when I first met Kyrie, I didn't even know who Kyrie Irving was. And this before he played like NBA and all this.
Okay.
His dad was named the Iceman. His dad was out there cooking more than him. I remember I got pro sample Kyrie's from his dad one day. Now Kyrie was in the league.
Okay.
And I'm going back from the corner with shoes all on my back. My grandma like, where you get them shoes from? Like, some man around the corner. I come back to the party like, bro, that was Kyrie dad. I'm like, what?
Wow.
This when he played, Kyrie played with the Cavs at the time.
Right, the Cavs,
Like,
right. That was his first
So
team.
he had Jersey lit. So Jersey was a big help in my basketball game. And rest in peace, Grandma Sandra.
Man, and see, it's funny because I think in all sports, especially basketball, we're so behind because I was watching a podcast. Well, I'm on a podcast. It was in the 757 group, and the guy, Coach Red, that coached the Coke Boys.
Okay.
And he was just talking about how everything is just so behind.
Right.
And we have to do a better job with doing this and doing that. And it's funny you say that nobody's on the basketball court anymore.
Nope.
No, everybody wants to be in the gym training.
With a camera in their face.
Right, with the camera in their face to say this, but nobody's actually out on the court playing and competing like how we used to, man. And I don't know if that's part of it is our fault as parents, because again, we took the kids out of the city, some of us, and moved to the county because of the crime.
Right.
But what I did with mine, I took them back to the city.
Right.
His first year playing basketball, he played at G.H. Reed.
Okay.
So that's what I did. And then from there, it took off. But he played outside, and I took him to different places, Hoskins, Pine Camp.
Right.
But nowadays, man, I still kept that going. But nowadays, these parents just don't do that no more.
And it's called running from your problems. And I wouldn't, like, not adults, but like kids, like, it was an honor to play like at Pine Camp with the older kids.
Oh yeah, man.
Or like all the Shimaraz or
yep.
Like Townsburg, all of them out there, because even though you was getting that rack or they letting you play, they also showed you and taught you the game. Like, look, you go through here, you cut this way.
Yep.
Now you don't see that no more because
man.
Everybody wanna get a shot and they going through it. Like now, for instance, my AAU team, I coached fifth, my fourth grade is going to fifth grade. And we played that smoke this year, like, and I really woke my eyes back up to what AAU was. So like my sixth grade mob, I just put that mob together, and they're going to be something scary. Man,
you be spending a lot of time with those kids, man.
Yeah, I love them.
And I have to commend you for that because I can see the genuine love.
Right.
And a lot of times people kind of do it to, even when you be like doing your lives and just doing your videos, you actually be teaching them life skills.
Right.
And I was just like, man, you don't see that. It's not like you be just doing, you actually spending time with them. But them kids be enjoying themselves, man.
Right. And my father Moo, him coaching us at Chimborazo, every Saturday morning, that was game day. And every Saturday morning before the game, my father went to McDonald's. It was chicken biscuits because we Muslim, we don't eat pork. So it was chicken biscuits and hash browns.
Okay.
It was like 12 of us on the team. And it wasn't a big deal to me because I got the Jordans and I ate at home. So now I realize, like, dang, my dad was a neighborhood hero in my eyes. I know also in their eyes because when they see him, Uncle Moo, Coach Moo, hey, Miss Candy, my mom. So, and this was midgets. The Pee-wees and juniors didn't have New Jerseys. We did. And this no donations. This out of my father and mom's pocket. I had an older cousin named Trey Deuce that played on the junior team.
Okay.
And it got to the point that my mom and them started to buy food for the junior squad too. Because at the games, their parents wasn't coming. And we might leave until my mom caught on one day, was like, I'm going to stay back and support the juniors too. So now I'm sitting back watching them too. So like, that shows me what I'm doing my AAU squad now. Like, I ain't gonna say my team, but you might got some kids out there, man, that's busting their tail off or just love the game, and their mom, I ain't gonna say not in their life, but mom might gotta work that Saturday.
That's true.
So the coach, see, and this what you call the outside looking in. Everybody always be like, man, mom ain't never at the game. All that. Mom might be a single parent. Dad might be incarcerated. Dad might
don't get all of that.
So mom gotta work, and y'all might don't know that. Mom rent might be $1,500. Mom, rent might be, even if it's $900, mom just got rent.
Right.
So she gotta work, and I got some friends like that who mom had to work. And fortunately, my mom, my dad, they made every game. Even if games they couldn't make, they was still calling me. So, for instance, with me, I dig into my players. I'm not gonna need a lie. But at the end of the day, I still know they kids, so I'm gonna big them up. We gonna go have fun. We gonna hit laser quests. Like with me with AAU, we not just staying in Richmond. We're going out of town.
Right.
I want my kids to know, like, oh, I can move to Atlanta. I can move to Houston. It's something bigger. Because let's be honest, everybody not gonna play D2. I mean D1. Everybody not gonna play D2.
Nope.
Some people might just stop after high school.
After high school.
But with that experience with me, it's like Coach G showed me something more than just basketball. I let them cook on the food truck. We did car wash. Just life lessons. And just like brothers, like I got kids from Jackson Wood, Mosby on my team, some from the county. And it shows, like, I'm trying to break a curse. Like, he might get a pass one day, like, or not just one day, for his life. Like, bro, I don't care if you're from Mosby and this kid from Jackson Wood, that's my brother. Or I'm from Jackson Wood, and no, that's my brother, bro. Y'all can't do that.
That's true.
And that's a lot. Like with me, like, I think ball players, we got this thing of wanting to be gangster and hood. And it ain't nothing wrong with being tough. Don't let nobody punk you on the court. Like, I'm a dog. But off the court, man, it's cool to be cool and just laid back and not be no punk. And I had to start realizing that, honestly. I think that was what was part of, like, my mess up. I was in the mix of looking up to some of the wrong dudes, and I wanted to be like, because I got kicked out of Virginia. I got kicked.
I didn't know that.
I got kicked off the team. And
who was coaching there?
Coach Luke.
Oh, that's right.
But honestly, it wasn't Coach Luke's decision. It was like the AD decision.
Okay.
So even though, like, I started point guard there.
Yeah, because he talked about that a little bit when he was on.
Yeah, I started point guard there, and Coach Luke actually saved me a lot. I punched off one of my players, one of my teammates in open gym, then swung on one of my players before the Norfolk State game. And honestly, the dude gave me chance after chance. So I had this in my mind, like, nah, ain't nobody gonna punk me. Like, y'all niggas, y'all don't know who I am. But it wasn't about that. It was like, now that I'm mature, I'm like, bro, I could have really did this. I probably could have been overseas somewhere because, like I said, my IQ impeccable. So it was like, all I had to do was hit them books, stay in the gym, and just lay back, But it was just like, no, you ain't gonna do this. No, you ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna let nobody punk me. So it's like, now, all right, I see, like, and like I said, I might tweak a little things, but I'm glad God opened my eyes, because it's bigger stuff in life than just basketball. But I will always be around the game because I love the game. Hopefully my little boy wind up, picking up that rock, which he already doing.
Yeah, he already doing. Every time I see him, he told it.
Yeah, so, basketball was like therapy in my life. So it really helped me a lot with the downs, the downs and the ups. It's like a roller coaster. But, with a roller coaster, it wants a roller coaster stop until you press that button again. And mine stopped until the pro love day came, and I pressed that button again.
Man,
I mean, we made it to the championship. And
y'all did.
I'm happy about that.
And you was on there coaching. You were doing some of everything.
Right. And if you look at some of the vets, like, Vince Carter wasn't around because he can dunk or he still can play. He was around for his veteran skills. Or for instance, my team is Miami Heat. Udonis not around because he can play.
Right.
He's around because he's a vet. He's like another coach.
That's right.
He's getting paid to be a coach, honestly.
Right. That's what he's doing.
So,
and Miami do a great job of that too.
Definitely, like another like. See, I love point guards. Before I liked it like Chris Paul. Steve Nash was my favorite point guard.
Okay.
And Stoudemire was the best 1-2 punch.
And I can see that too, man, because when y'all was playing, man, you was just like setting them up, and next thing you know, you were just dropping it. Either like somebody won't dunking it, but they was coming just like as if they were going to dunk it.
Right. And that was like the Coach Black in my head. You get everybody involved. Your time, because
you had everybody in that gym standing up, man. You had Mac, everybody, man, like GD.
Shout out Coach Mac. But
yes,
see,
sir.
Coach Black used to always say some real stuff. 10 and 10 is a good game. In my head, hell no. I want 20 points.
Okay.
I want 20 and 10. Or I want 20 and nothing. Like,
right.
I just want a dub. But 10 and 10 will actually get you paid.
It sure will.
You know, so.
See, look, ask Ben Wallace.
Yeah.
You know, right. You know, look at him.
Look at Pat. Look at
Patrick Beverly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because dudes playing their role and they playing it well, and that's what's getting them paid. Like, if I can do it all over again, if I had this IQ or this mentality that I had again, Henrico wouldn't stand a chance with us. And I can promise you that. And one thing about it, they had some, because you know what? I got that leadership in me now that you couldn't just talk to Willie like, nigga, what the hell you doing? Man, you taking them dumb. You had to really talk to Willie like, come on, hey, bro, I'm going to get you your shots, bro. Right. Like how Kwame talked to me.
Right.
Like, bro, I got you, bro. Like, I'm telling you. You know, so that leadership now, because Tutu was automatically humble. But Willie was a different type of breed. He was a beast. Like he said, he going to get up his shots. That's no question.
He definitely, his confidence.
You got to guard him from the parking lot.
Care.
You know, like, so, man, look, I'm gonna tell you a story. One time, we was going down the road, to Hampton. We just started traveling with John Marshall.
Okay.
I can't remember who he played. I think it was like Booker T. Man, Willie didn't miss. I was like, dog, and I was just getting assistance from he'll be standing right here. It was like, boop, he going up, and he got a pretty form.
And he got a pretty form. One of the prettiest shots I've ever seen.
I'm gonna hit and him, like, you know, like, Willie was a head case, but he had
he detailed it for us.
Yeah, he had a talent that you could, he had a talent that you couldn't teach. Tomo, like I said, he just had a God-gift body and all that, but adding now Tutu, me having them on the court with me was like, after I get to the outlet, I can just look up, and 2 dribbles, he get into that cup. That's just like, the IQ wise, remember when he was going tween? I know his game. When he go tween, he throwing that thing back left. And I was like, that wasn't Coach Carter called it, go trap him. Right. That was me. I'm like, I gotta go. He had a freshman, he's about to go to college, Deontay or whatever his name was, on him. I'm like, Tutu's about to get this boy.
Tutu gonna give you buckets.
So I had to step over, you know. Shout out to 2. They used to call Willie and 2 Flight 105.
Man, them dudes, man. Like I said, the best scoring tandem in the 2010s.
Definitely.
That in this city, probably in this state, that has seen.
Definitely. Honestly, people don't know we supposed to got Jarreese that year. Jarreese Cooley. He went to Huguenot.
Really?
If we would have got Jarreese.
Man, I know his dad, man.
Yeah, we would have got Jarreese, it would have been a problem, you know. But once again, like about them Henrico dudes, I watched Armstrong beat them down by 6. Cooley set the tone, and they was a family, and them dudes was all together, you know. With John Marshall, we probably just hung with each other during the season and basketball practice. You see these dudes with each other's parties. Now I'm talking about Henrico and Armstrong. Parties, outside. You know, me and Willie and Tutu hung together, but it was always around some basketball.
Right.
You know, these dudes was really hanging with each other. Of course, we went to football games with each other, but you couldn't separate like them Henrico. Like Jordan and Tim, they was always with each other.
Always together.
Jay and them dudes was always with each other. Cooley was always with Rob. You know, you might still see that mob together today. Mm-hmm. You know, but that goes for basketball. Think of, for instance, Spurs. When Tony Parker and them that guys was there, you can tell they really loved each other.
Yeah, that's why they won so much.
Right.
Might have been not the typical basketball that you would see, but
right.
But they won.
Right. It wasn't like they had a Kobe on their team.
Right.
Just all them guys loved each other.
They loved each other, right.
Yeah, so that's a great, and basically that's what I'm trying to build with my AAU team, because like I got this guard now. His name, if I ain't mistaken, his last name is Bailey Aki. The little dude is probably like 5'4", 4'8", but at the heart of a lion. And you're not taking that ball from him. You're not punking him. He's the leader, and he's going to go. The only thing about it, he got what I used to have, a little attitude. But Coach G gonna fix all that. And I got Joey Rodriguez on my team.
Really?
Yeah, Jay. He shoot the ball from deep. He shoots the ball, catch and shoot.
That's VCU, Joey. Yeah.
VCU. Only thing he don't do, he don't move his feet like his father.
Oh yeah.
He's slow. He gonna be a big guard though.
Okay. Wow, I didn't know they from up here. I mean, well, I knew he's from Florida, but Joey was. But wow.
Yeah, so I got him, and it was a blessing getting him. Like I'm really recruiting with this AAU thing. Like I'm trying to recruit from Richmond to down the Virginia Beach area.
Okay.
Down to Petersburg. See, and Charles City. You never really hear about people talk about Charles City.
No, other than them,
but it's always missing Jews somewhere.
Right.
And you just as a recruiter, you just gotta go search. Like Frank Mason, he was only recruited by Townsend.
Right.
He took that extra Macedonian here. I watched it in Vegas. He killed Ohio Red.
Yeah, and made that coach stay another day.
Right.
The Kansas assistant coach.
I watched it because we lost to the Oklahoma Soldiers. And I was having a hella like tournament run up there in Vegas. But we lost the Oklahoma Soldiers that year. And the joy of AAU, man, I done played against some NBA players. Julius Randle, when he played for Texas Titans. Jalen.
They always
not Jalen
a stacked
Hudson.
team.
Jalen Green.
Yeah,
Jalen Brown,
Jalen Brown.
Played
CJ talked about him.
Yeah, I played against the Houston Defender Twins. They went to Kentucky, the Harrison Twins.
Harrison Twins, yeah.
They was tough. Of course, Kill Carr, that's my man. That's like
crime
a brother.
stopper.
Yeah, definitely. Played against him. I played against a lot of. It was this guy named Nigel. I don't know what happened to him, but like I tell you, I always watched basketball. Like Villanova. You remember Scotty Reynolds?
Who don't remember Scotty Reynolds in Virginia?
You remember Cheeks, number 10?
Yeah.
I love, like, it was to the point my dad was calling me, I was switching teams because I went from North Carolina to Duke, J.J. Riddick, every Saturday. This was before, like, we even had flash screens. I was watching that junk on one of them little booty TVs. Boy, J.J. Riddick shot that thing. And I went from that to Villanova. And then I went from Kentucky because my speed of how I get down the court, I'm like, bro, John Wall.
I walk at that basketball speed.
Yeah, him and Eric Bledsoe used to get downhill so crazy. But when he got to the league, you see John Wall first year, he struggled.
Right.
So my knowledge for the game is if it was a college course, I might teach the class, honestly. And I'm still learning. Like I still love like to play against them VCU guys and listen to Rozelle speak.
Brandon Rozelle.
You know, like even like when Coach Rudy used to let Eric Maynard come talk to us, I used to soak it all in. It was free game. You know, like, and that's what I think kids don't do now. They not really soaking it in. You gotta really soak it in. If Ben Wallace ever talk, I'm listening. He's a Hall of Famer. You know, I'm going to try to take it all in. And anybody that went to a higher level than me, I'm going to soak it all in.
So what do you think that we have to do in order to fix that problem?
With the kids?
As far as, because Luke gave his, what he thought, but.
I mean, honestly.
In your opinion.
Stop running from the grind. Let me shut up for this. It's no coach or it ain't no trainer that can get you that D1 off.
Right.
It's no coach that can get you that D1 off. See, like, with me, for instance, I thought running to John Marshall, I was going to get a Division I scholarship. And that's just was going to be it. But it's a grind. I went to the JUCO in Nebraska, bro, and we was waking up 5 o'clock in the morning with weights over our head with a coach yelling in your face like this. And I'm like, bruh, I want to go home. This ain't what it is. But honestly, John Marshall is one of the next programs that get you ready. I know when I was there, they get you ready for Division I basketball. They get you ready for college basketball. That's why, like, when I got to Union, I didn't struggle. And you can ask Luke that. I didn't struggle. But now, like, to the kids, it's like, even if you going to college, you about to go to college, don't run from that grind. Because one thing about it, somebody's always watching you. Even when you think your coach not watching you, like, you don't know. Like, he knows. And best believe is a snitch on the team. That guard that right beside you, that both of y'all play the same position, he telling on you.
You know he is.
You know, so hit them weights. Get them extra shots up. Run that track. You know, like, get that win in. Off season is the best season. So, you know, get that grind in, work on your game, study the game. Like, no trainer can help you. You can help yourself. Or a trainer can only try to perfect your craft. But as you doing what your trainer showed you after y'all workouts, are you only working out just on Mondays and Thursdays and just calling it that? If you really want it, Monday through Sunday, it can't be a what's the word I'm looking for? A hobby no more. It got to be a job. So every time you step on that court, it got to be serious.
Right.
You know, like, you a guard, you should be shooting 85, 90%, knocking down free throws. And I think a lot of people, like, even from down the big man, kids that fell in love with, like, Steph Curry and Kevin Durant.
Right.
You know, shooting long 3 balls. But if you go look at, like, the guys like Jimmy Butler, they straight 1-2 pull up, 1-2 bump.
They don't take a lot of,
exactly. You know, Melo, 1-2 pull up. Paul Pierce, 1-2 pull up. Kobe, 1-2 pull up. You know, a lot of people, you're not gonna have that Kyrie in you. You're not gonna have that AI in you. You know, like, do what you do, and do it well. You know, like, and don't let nobody tell you what you can do. Like, work. You want to get bigger, work. You want to get stronger, work. You want to get faster, work. That's all it is, and have zero excuses about it. You know, you a man. Mommy and daddy can't save you, and that's the problem. We'll get off somewhere, like, say if we go to a college in Texas and we're not liking it, you can just call home like, Mom, want to come home. To the moms and fathers, I'm not trying to teach you how to raise your child, but let them stick it out. The season ain't even started yet.
Right, yeah.
Let them stick it out. Let them go through this. Let them go through their year and try to figure it out themselves.
Right.
Because one thing I realized, rest in peace, my grandmother in Jersey, you know, when she died, I seen the pain in my father's face. And I went through it when I lost my real dad, like, even though I lost him at 12, but I still hurt now. But to the parents, you're not going to always be there. And that's a fact. You know, so we got to learn how to adapt without them. You know, like, let them eat some oodles and noodles at night. They be all right. I was okay. They better learn how to make sandwiches, walk up the street to the market.
That's right.
You know, I ain't have no car in college. Like, I walked up the street to the market, making sandwiches. You know, and that just is what it is, but it builds a man, it builds a young lady. Everybody not going to have the luxury Division I. You know, like, you're going to have to go to JUCO. You're going to have to go to a D2. You know, like, with the cold, with the water not never got daggone on hot because you missed it. And it's always cold because you coming from practice. I went through that. Or you got to go to practice smelling like shit. Like, it is. I mean, you got to go to class smelling like shit. It is what it is. It's a grind. You can't get caught up into the parties and stuff. You got to know you there for a business. And yo, if you sign up for basketball, your body, your last name is a business.
That's right.
And that's so crazy. I was watching the podcast. Kevin Durant said it. It's a business. And it is what it is. Like, bro, they will recruit over your ass. I tell my sister that all the time. Like, you gotta do what you do and stand out. You can pick up 94 feet, you pick up. You coming to college, you 18, 19, you might got a senior guard in front of you, 26 years old, grown ass man, grown woman. You think they gonna let you try to take their position? Nah, it ain't gonna go like that.
You want to fight for that.
Yeah, you gonna have to fight. And that's with anything. Jobs, anything. You wanna be a boss, you gotta show them that you got what it takes to be a boss. That's all. You know?
Boy, look, we had 2 weeks in a row where you had some people that dropped some jewels, man. And G. Dean, hey, you know, bro, I appreciate all of this, man, but I want to ask you another question before you get up out of here.
What's up?
We didn't get to talk about CT. I remember you mentioned CT.
Oh,
earlier.
man.
And give us a few, you know, just give us a little bit about CT.
So around this time is a business. Coach White and them team loads. Jonathan had came from VCU, the one that went to VCU. And it was like, was they gonna keep me around or was they not gonna keep me around? And this is why I talk about running. I wouldn't say I was running, but I'm like, bruh, y'all talking about me not starting. Like, I bring the dog to this team. Mm-hmm. So boom, Coach CT had room for me. He had a Northside kid that I was cool with, Vidrell Lee, a dog. I didn't know Coach CT was smart in basketball till we went up to DC. And I had me coming off the bench behind this dude, O. And this when I really knew CT, knew basketball. He put me in a game. And I wound up having like 26 this game, me and Drell. And you know, halftime come. He like, G, go back in. Like, oh.
Sound like CT.
I'm starting. Coach CT want to win. And get some well white boys put together, like they can play. So Coach CT was just dropping jewels in my ear, like, come off pick and roll, go here, throw it over here. And this, I never worked out with him, none of that. He just teach me the game. So it's like, dang, Coach CT smart. So boom, go back to the hotel, still chopping about basketball. Got another game next morning. Boom. I get the plan. We won that game. Coming back down the road, Coach CT telling me how well of a guard I am. He think I can go somewhere with it, you know, and now I'm rocking with Coach CT and them. So I'm playing with him and, you know, we keeping up with each other, or every time he see me, he asks me how it's going, or, you know, I didn't get that joy of playing for him when I got to John Marshall. So like everything that Willie and Ty Hill and all them guys that was there before me said about him is absolutely true. Like, dude is a great person first off, but he's a great coach. And you know, like, just because you know how to play basketball don't mean you know how to coach. And there's a lot of people out here like that.
Right.
But he definitely can. Honestly, I remember when you were watching him up at Hodge play basketball. He definitely can play basketball, but he definitely knows the game of basketball. He knows his X's and O's, and I love that about him. Like, and because I don't think no coach can out-coach me in Richmond, or like period. Mm-hmm. But like when certain dudes like him talk, Lukeman talk, Coach Black talk, also Coach Rudy, I listen. You know, like, all right, okay. You know, Rudy dad is a Hall of Fame man. Maggie Walker.
Yeah, he was one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah. You say Rudy Cunningham back in the day.
Yeah, so even going over Coach Rudy house
in the 70s,
like I'll go kick it in the room with Big Rudy and get jewels from him, and I actually be listening. And it's crazy because I see myself telling my players that, and I be like, damn, I'm getting old. You know, like, but it's not getting old, it's maturity.
Right.
You know, so, and that's what I just love it, like, about basketball, just like the maturity and the joy you get for other people. But I can't wait the next Love Day, too, because y'all see me getting back in shape.
Yeah, I've been seeing you, bro. I've been seeing you. Like I said, I was like, he coming back, man. So
I ain't gonna say I'm making no overseas. I would love to play overseas. I definitely, especially some of the leagues I be seeing, like I feel like I can play in, but I ain't gonna say I'm overseas. Really, I'm really doing it to show my players that I'm gonna be running up inside that sideline, up and down that sideline with you. But my son is a big reason why I'm getting in shape, because I don't want to be that dad belly sticking out, telling them what I used to do. I want to still be able to get active with him.
That's right.
You know, and whoop up on his ass. And, show him until he be able to beat me. So, it's a joy being a father, man. So
well, that's good, man, and that's good to hear from you. I appreciate them jewels that you drop, because I learned a lot from you today just listening to you, man. And I just want to thank you for reaching out to me, man, and dropping what you dropped, because you said you had a story. You said that you wanted to just say a lot of people you were forgotten.
Right,
and I'm glad.
But it's always been like that.
Right.
I always been the underdog. Me and my sister, like we always been like that. Like no lie. Like I didn't have a bunch of friends that was not like Yaki is my brother.
You always
like
that.
Yeah, like so. I played with him even when I played for Parkway. Parkway was part of some of my success too, like the 94 feet pressing up 90. Like I say, Coach Parkway the one soft on me, because the Virginia Union guys don't press up 94 feet. That was Coach Parkway, 94 feet.
Right.
But he might mature and calm down, and like another way of coaching the guys. But I always been the underdog, and it's no problem to that. I love being the underdog, because when you win, as though we weren't playing for real. When you lose, they supposed to did that. But against me, you're not gonna punk me on that court. I don't care who you is. I'm gonna give it 110%, and my sister gonna give it 110%. So it's always been like that. I don't got nobody I can call to get in the gym and put up 1,000 shots. I'm Shimarazo, Ford and Hill, Ford and Bottom, getting them shots. So any part, me and my little sister, like I never really had that, other than when I went to John Marshall and Coach Rudy had the key, but I never could call nobody to open up a gym for me to get them them shots. So, and that's why I love the Jersey ball, because outside is like a gym to them. So, and I keep shouting on Jersey because I got a lot of my grind from there. But I love, like I said, I love that they forgot. They can keep on forgetting them and keep whacking them upside their head every time they forget. So that's all.
But yeah, man. But like I said, I just again want to thank you, man, because a lot of stuff I didn't know about you. I just read about you in the paper, and I was like, man, who is this Gerard Dean McBride dude, man? Just like, okay, another John Marshall guy, But no, G, I want to thank you, man. I see the stuff that you're doing, man.
No question.
And I just want to say, keep pushing. And like I said, just keep doing what you're doing out there. I'm definitely going to be looking out for you next year in the Love Day.
No question.
And keep being the father, because we need more of that.
Definitely.
And like I said, man, we're gonna still keep in touch, bro.
No question.
And I appreciate you, man.
My man.
Thank you for doing that, man. Because I was like, who's this dude hitting me up, man? I'm like, I don't know this dude. But thank you so much, man. Anybody you want to shout out real quick, man, before we sign out?
Definitely shout out to Zero Excuses on my AU team. Want to give a big shout out to my sister Paris McBride with the nonprofit Save a Heart for the less fortunate kids. Shout out to all my coaches that was a big influence on my life. Shout out Pip, man, long live Pip. Shout out all the guys playing basketball, the overseas, the Vail League, all y'all. Anybody for the love of the game of basketball, and big shout out for you for bringing me up here. I definitely enjoyed it. Like I said, I love watching podcasts. Gilly and them, my guy, $1 Million Game. So that's why I definitely had to come over here and drop some jewels. And another thing, before I get out here, tell y'all this: you playing basketball, I'm gonna look dead in the camera. You playing any sports, basketball, football, you cannot be in the streets and play basketball or football. You can't have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Them dudes that's gambling on y'all and giving you money, thinking they love you, they gonna stop calling your phone when it's over with, bro. I'm telling you. And this happened. I'm telling you firsthand. So enjoy the process. Enjoy being a kid. You ain't gotta be a gangster, bro. You can listen to all that music, but you ain't gotta be a gangster. You know what I'm saying? Treat yourself right. Treat yourself like the household you come from. Even if the household you come from ain't where you want to be, make it your job to get y'all out of there. And it ain't even just got to be basketball. You getting your mom getting that car saying you got a full scholarship, no matter if it's Division I or Division II or Division III part-time scholarship. It's a scholarship, you know, and that's on that. Peace and love, man.
Peace and love, everybody. And we going to sign out. Just want everybody to know, got the legend in here. Rest in peace, baby Charles, Highland Park legend.
Rest in peace.
We got this in today, man. So I just want everybody to see that, man. That's what you're going to see from now on. Highland Park, Richmond legend right here,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Next week, I think it's going to be a couple weeks getting the street named after him, man. So
that's tough.
That's tough. So, yeah.
That's
so
tough.
For BallinVA, from G. Dean, make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, please. We need that. That's how we keep the lights on in here. And we out.
Yes, sir.